Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to do another comparison video by the fire. We are going to compare kind of a forgotten caliber. We are going to compare the 257 Weatherby versus the 25-06. Let's go ahead and look at the most powerful 25 caliber available. This is the 257 Weatherby Magnum. It was created in 1944 by Roy Weatherby. In fact, it's Roy Weatherby's favorite cartridge he's ever made. And it is a burner. It is really fast. Just in kind of comparison, think of a 300 Win Mag neck down to 25 caliber. That's basically what the 257 Weatherby is. And so it is one of the flattest shooting cartridges you're going to find out there. Let's go ahead and look at the numbers. Okay, so some of the popular bullets are in the 100 grain, which shoots at 3,500 feet per second. A lot of hunters use the 110 grain, which is shooting at 3,400 feet per second. And what we're going to look at today from Nosler, which I don't have the book, is we're going to look at a 115 grain bullet going 3,400 feet per second. So this thing, as I said, is a burner and just an all-around great deer cartridge. Looking at the ballistic chart of the 257 Weatherby, we're using that 150 grain, I believe AccuBond, which has a BC of 0.453, that muzzle velocity of 3,400 feet per second. And look at the energy, 2952. That's up there with over the 308 and close to a 30-06 energy with a 25 caliber bullet, which is just insane. Okay, we talk about just how flat it's shooting. Look at the drop up to 400 yards. It's really good. Very little drop. Okay, energy at 400, you're still getting 1,600 foot-pounds of energy. I wouldn't say this is a great elk cartridge just because of how small the bullet is, but I know there's been people that have shot elk with this, so it's probably doable. I wouldn't recommend it, but for deer, this thing's a deer slayer. So it's still going 2,500 feet per second at 400 yards. So as I said, this thing is just incredible as a 25 caliber. All right, let's talk about the 25-06. As in the name, you can guess it. It is a 30-06 casing, neck down to 25 caliber. This has been a long time Wildcat cartridge, and then in 1969, Remington introduced it as a factory cartridge that you could buy. Okay. It's also extremely efficient and just a great deer cartridge. It has some pretty good speeds as well. So let's go ahead and look at those. We'll go ahead and look at the 100 grain. Your 100 grain is going 3,300 feet per second. So still extremely fast. That 110 grain, 3,100 feet per second. And I believe the Nosler has the 115 grain bullet going around 3,100 feet per second. So still extremely fast, and just like the Weatherby, is a great deer cartridge. Looking at the 25-06 Remington with that same 115 grain AccuBond, it's no slouch either, going 3,150, which is quite fast. That energy, 2534. That's more than the 6.5 Creedmoor, by the way. The drop, not much drop, 22 inches at 400. So as I said, this is also an amazing deer cartridge. It's going to have plenty of energy and plenty of power, much more than, say, a 243, which plenty of people use 243 for deer. So at 400 yards, you still have 1,400 foot-pounds, which is plenty for deer. And so you really can't go wrong with these two. In the beginning of the video, I talked about how these are kind of forgotten calibers. So why are they forgotten? Well, they sit in between two extremely popular calibers. Below it is the 243 Winchester, which is a good deer cartridge, also a decent long range cartridge. And then right above it, you have the 6.5 millimeter Craze. So you have the good 6.5 Creedmoor, the 6.5 PRC, the 26 Nosler, the 6.5 300 Weatherby. They're just kind of the craze right now for calibers is those 6.5 millimeter. So it's kind of in no man's land. Another thing that holds it back is, at least in the Hornady book, the smallest bullet you can get is the 75 grain and the largest is 120 grain. The BC on these bullets isn't particularly good. It's not bad, but it's nowhere near what you could get with the 6.5 millimeter bullets. I think it would really help if manufacturers offered a 130 grain bullet with a really good BC. Then it could start to compete with the others. But if you're really wanting the ultimate deer cartridge, you really got to take a look at the 25-06 and a 257 Weatherby Magnum. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and hope you have a great day.